Imagine yourself trapped in the middle of a barren desert with a mysterious, beautiful girl in a strange place from which escape seems impossible. That's exactly what happens in today's story. The story begins in a barren desert, where we see a mud-covered child chewing on a human finger. Shortly after, we are introduced to Sam, a professional photographer wandering through the area. Sam had come to this remote location to capture breathtaking pictures of a solar eclipse. As the solar eclipse begins, Sam takes some incredible photos. Once he finishes his work, he starts walking back to his car. On the way, he spots a child sitting alone, crying. Concerned, Sam asks the child what's wrong. The child says he got separated from his parents. Feeling responsible, Sam offers to take him to the car so they can look for his parents together. But suddenly, the child stands up and starts walking in the opposite direction, insisting that his parents are that way. Sam is confused but decides to follow him because he can't leave the child alone in such a dangerous place. After walking for a while, Sam realizes it's getting dark. He asks the child to turn back, but the child starts yelling at him and runs off. Now Sam finds himself in a dilemma. He can't return to his car because it's too far away. He tries to find his way, but soon he is lost and even his phone has no signal. For some time, Sam hears the sound of a woman singing in the distance. Following the voice, he reaches a cliffside where he sees a small house. He notices a staircase and climbs down to reach it. When he knocks on the door, a woman named Alina opens it. Sam explains his situation to her, but Alina doesn't seem surprised. She calmly invites him inside and offers him food. When Sam asks how he can get out of this place, Alina doesn't give him an answer. With no other option, Sam quietly lies down on a bed to rest. Later, Sam notices Alina in another room, taking off her clothes and bathing. This makes him a little uneasy, but he closes his eyes and tries to sleep. The next morning, Sam leaves some money for Alina and steps outside, only to be shocked. The house is surrounded on all sides by massive cliffs, and the lower part of the staircase he used last night is now broken. When Sam asks Alina about this, she explains casually that sometimes the locals take the staircase for their work and will return it soon. Sam asks Alina if there's any other way out of the area, but she calmly tells him there isn't. This leaves Sam feeling frustrated since he now has to stay another day in this strange place. To pass the time, he takes pictures of the beautiful surrounding landscapes. Later, he tries climbing the cliff to escape, but the scorching heat makes it impossible. The next day, Sam searches Alina's house for tools that could help him climb. He finds a hammer and starts climbing the cliff using it. But after a while, some children throw an animal carcass at him from above, and the impact causes Sam to fall to the ground, knocking him unconscious. When Sam wakes up, it's already night, and he is in excruciating pain because the hammer accidentally fell on his foot. He cries out for help, and Alina comes to him. She removes the hammer from his foot, but moments later, Sam passes out again. Alina brings him inside and tends to his injuries, dressing his wounds to help him recover. 2 days later, Sam recovers and once again attempts to escape. He looks toward the top of the cliff and yells for help, but no one comes to his rescue. Frustrated and angry, he drags Alina out of the house and asking what is really going on here. Alina doesn't answer his questions and calmly says that she can take care of him, but Sam yells at her, saying he wants to return to his old life. When Alina tries to get closer to him, Sam pushes her away, shouting that he is better off alone and telling her to stay away. Sometime later, a boy named Corvus and his sister appear at the top of the cliff. Corvus calls out to Sam, who explains that he is trapped and needs help to escape. Corvus assures him that he will return soon with a rope. Hearing this, Sam feels a glimmer of hope and eagerly waits for Corvus to return. When Corvus comes back, he throws a rope down to Sam, instructing him to tie it securely around himself. Sam does as he's told, and Corvus, along with the other kids, begins pulling him up. But halfway through, they stop and suddenly start mocking him. They swing the rope back and forth to make Sam uneasy, and one of the boys even urinates on his face. As the torment continues, Sam collides with a rock and loses consciousness, left dangling helplessly in the air. Suddenly, Alina arrives and scolds the boys in her language. Frightened, they run away. Later that night, when Sam wakes up, he finds himself in Alina's bed. Once again, he tries to leave, but his weakness causes him to collapse to the ground. Seeing him sobbing helplessly, Alina suggests, "Why don't you just accept this as your fate? Why are you so desperate to leave?" Sam then asks her why the boys treated him so cruelly. Alina calmly explains that they're just unruly kids who shouldn't be taken seriously. As time passes, a few weeks go by and we see that Sam has come to terms with his situation. He now lives peacefully in the strange place, and Alina takes care of him completely. Because of this, Sam slowly starts to like her as well. One day, a boy brings a bag for Sam filled with food and other essentials. Surprised, Sam asks where it all came from. Alina simply replies, "Instead of asking questions, learn to be happy with what you're given." Hearing this, Sam starts to wonder if Alina might also be trapped here, just like him. Later that evening, Sam, slightly drunk, hears strange noises outside. Grabbing a hammer for protection, he steps out and finds Corvus sitting nearby, dressed as a woman. Corvus mocks him again, snatches the hammer from his hand, and tauntingly licks Sam's face before running off. Furious, Sam storms back into the house and starts yelling at Alina. He accuses her, saying, "You've allowed these boys to take control of your life. You're the reason they keep doing this." But Alina tells him to stop shouting and simply go to bed. After this, Alina goes to her room and starts undressing to take a bath. Seeing this, Sam, who is heavily drunk, loses control and the two spend the night together. A few days later, while Sam is working in the garden, a boy named Lepus calls out to him from above and asks what he is doing. Sam replies that he is farming. Curious, Lepus asks more about farming, and Sam explains how planting seeds can grow different types of crops. Lepus becomes interested, and Sam offers to teach him everything in exchange for his help. However, the boy seems nervous and quickly leaves without saying much. Later, while Sam is at the house, he notices an old photograph of a woman. Curious, he asks Alina who she is. Alina explains that the woman was the first mother to arrive in this place. Sam doesn't fully understand, but then Alina reveals that she is pregnant. She assures Sam that he won't have any responsibility for taking care of her or the baby. However, Sam accuses her of trapping him. He angrily declares that he doesn't want his child to grow up with a crazy woman. The next morning, while Sam is out jogging, Lepus approaches him again and starts talking. This time, he pleads for Lepus' help, explaining that Alina is pregnant and they need to escape. Sam convinces Lepus to bring a rope, promising to teach him physics in return. He even suggests that once they're free, they could live together as one big family. Lepus hesitates but eventually agrees, saying he can only help when everyone else is asleep. As they are talking, another boy overhears their conversation. Without warning, the boy forcibly drags Lepus away, leaving Sam helpless and frustrated. Later at home, Alina asks Sam what he was talking about with Lepus. Sam tells her that Lepus has a kind heart and isn't like the other boys. But when he reveals that Lepus was planning to help them escape, Alina becomes visibly worried. Sam confidently declares that once they are returned home, they will live freely and enjoy cheeseburgers. But Alina doesn't even know what a cheeseburger is, as she's never left this place in her life. That night, as they sleep, we see the boys dressed in bizarre costumes on top of the cliff, performing a terrifying ritual. The next morning, when Sam and Alina wake up, they are horrified to see Lepus hanging from ropes above the valley. He's dead and his back is gruesomely slashed. Alina starts screaming, shouting that brothers don't do this to each other. Overcome with rage, she accuses Sam of being responsible for Lepus's death. Before Sam can make sense of what's happening, Alina attacks him with a wooden stick, knocking him unconscious. A few months later, we see that Sam is locked in a cage, living like an animal. Alina's pregnancy is advanced, and her belly is visibly swollen. She keeps Sam alive by feeding him and giving him water. One day, Sam spots a girl at the top of the cliff. Desperate, he shouts for help, pleading with her to call the police. The girl starts dialing for help, but before she can complete the call, Corvus suddenly grabs her and brutally kills her. Witnessing this, Sam loses control and frantically thrashes around inside the cage. That evening, a small child approaches Sam and offers him a fruit, but as soon as Sam eats it, he loses consciousness. For some time, Sam's eyes open, and he sees Alina and the other boys performing a ritual not far from him. Sam realizes that these boys are actually Alina's children, whom she had given birth to after spending nights with different men. During this disturbing ritual, Alina stands with leaves covering her eyes while the other boys dance around a fire. A few days later, the cold starts to set in, and Alina gives Sam a blanket. Sam, desperate, begs her for freedom, telling her that he's willing to help raise her children with her, but only if she lets him out of the cage. But Alina tells him that she never thought about him. All she wanted was for Sam to make her a mother, and now that she is, Sam is no longer of any use to her. Now, she is only waiting for the baby to be born. The following morning, Alina starts experiencing intense pain. She takes Sam out of the cage and asks for his help. Alina says that she has never felt so much pain before. Despite everything that has happened, Sam still cares about his child, so he helps her. But in just a few moments, Sam notices that some boys have placed a ladder there, likely to help him escape. This makes Sam's heart race, as this could be his last chance to escape. He decides to leave Alina behind and heads toward the rope. Just then, he hears the sound of a baby crying, and he stops and he immediately turns around and takes his daughter in his arms. In that moment, Sam forgets all his pain. Then, Alina tells him that she will take care of the baby, and one day, his daughter will continue the cycle and become a mother herself. She thanks Sam and tells him that their journey together ends here, and suddenly, a boy sneaks up from behind and slashes Sam's throat, and he dies right there. In the end, Alina places all of Sam's belongings in a trunk and starts breastfeeding her daughter. Side, Sam's lifeless body decays on the ground. So friends, how did you find this chilling story? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. And if you really enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon. See you in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye for now.